Are you thinking about cutting your own bangs? In this video, I'm going to tell you everything I wish I knew before cutting my own bangs. If you have followed me for a while, you know that I love having a fringe or bangs, however you want to say it. But the truth is that it comes with a lot of baggage and maintenance and things that I think you should know right now before cutting your bangs, so you're not caught off guard, and that way you'll have less chances of regretting it afterwards. Even if you go and get it in a salon, this is going to help you fall in love with your bangs. The first thing that I wish I knew before cutting my own bangs is that I was going to have to style it every single day. Unless you're blessed by the gods of hair, you're going to have to style it every single day. I know it's a pain, but if you want a nice fringe, you'll have to do it. You have to put on the time. Another thing that you should know before cutting your bangs is that you're going to have to maintain it and to trim it every 2 weeks, or at least way often that you'd like. This is not always very convenient, especially if you decide to cut it in a salon. You have to go to a hairdresser every 2 to 3 weeks to trim your bangs and to maintain it. That's why I think cutting your own bangs is the best option, but you definitely don't have to. You can do it in a salon. Just know that you're going to have to commit to trim your bangs every 2 to 3 weeks. This next one is a tip, and I think this works for everyone, even if you don't have bangs. And I've said this before, but I think it's a life-changing tip. For me, it was life-changing. So please take note, because especially if you have curtain bangs or if you have any kind of fringe, this is going to change your life if you don't do it yet. Style your hair wet. Start always with wet hair. Have a spray bottle with you, some water, spray your hair, and just style it from wet. This is going to save you so much time and energy, you have no idea. If you have a fringe, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes we spend so much time trying to tame our wild hair from dry because we're lazy and we don't want to wet it, or we don't know, and we spend hours and we end up just pinning it to the side because we couldn't do it, when the only thing that we needed to do was to wet our hair. And it's so much easier. You're just going to spend 5 minutes drying your hair, and that is all. One thing you should know, and I wish I knew before cutting my own bangs, you're not going to want bangs every single day. It's okay, you just have to make peace with it. Sometimes I just wake up and I don't want a fringe. I want to go for a run. It's windy outside and I just don't want to have bangs. Don't worry, there's a lot of hairstyles that you can do to just hide your bangs, to pin it in a cute way. So definitely learn a few of those, because there's going to be days where either you don't want bangs because you just don't feel like it, or because you couldn't style them properly. That's just the way it is. Something else you should know before getting bangs is get a round brush. This is going to change your life. Again, unless you have very straight hair or you don't have to actually style your bangs, a round brush is going to make a huge difference. This size is enough. I'm going to link in the description my favorite ones, but really get a round brush to style your hair. This comes with a blow dryer. I think the best way to style your bangs is with a blow dryer and a round brush, so I'm going to link them in the description. So just know that before getting bangs, just get a round brush and a blow dryer, really. This next one was life-changing for me. It's very simple, but I don't know what I didn't think about this sooner. So I'm going to include it here, because even though it sounds simple, not everyone thinks about it. When you get bangs, especially if it's the first time, you're going to start touching your hair a lot. You're going to play with it. You're going to try to style it every single second of every single day, and your hair is going to get gross. It's going to get oily so fast, and I started washing my hair a lot more often than I wanted to, and this takes so much time until I realized that I can just wash my fringe. You can just put your hair in a ponytail, wash your fringe in the sink, and that is all. You don't need to wash your whole head, and you're going to see that when you wash your fringe, everything looks clean again, because it's only the fringe that it's really oily, and that saves me so much time now. You have no idea. The next one is that hot, humid days are a thing, like a thing. If you live in a hot climate, just think about it, because bangs on humid days tend to have their own lives and they become quite difficult to handle. So just know, if it's going to be hot and humid outside, it doesn't mean that it can't do it, but it is a thing. Okay, so before you cut your bangs, you have to know they are addictive. 3 years from now, as soon as you see someone walk into the room with a cool fringe, you're going to want to cut it again. True story, you're going to spend 2 years waiting for your fringe to grow back to the normal length, and as soon as you do it, you will want them back. You're probably going to cut them back, and it becomes a cycle where you cut them, you let them grow, you cut them again, you let them grow, and sometimes this happens even if you cut them the wrong way. You're going to let it grow and then think, oh, I actually do want bangs, and do it again. Something else you should know before cutting your bangs is that there is nothing effortless about the effortless look. I am down for this effortless fringe kind of look, but there's a lot of effort that goes into looking like you don't care. You do care. You have to care, and you're going to spend a lot of minutes in your hair. The next thing you should know before cutting your bangs is very, very important, and is that, especially if it's the first time that you cut your bangs, there is a very, very, very frustrating learning process of how to style your own bangs. You just have to go through it, practice, learn how to do it, learn what works for your hair, and as soon as you get it, you'll get it. And even if you have bangs for years and years, there's going to be days where you just can't style them. It is what it is. There is a learning process, especially at the start, because your hair wants to part in a different way. So you just have to be patient and style them in different ways until you find out what works best for you. Okay, this next one is very important because I've seen this happen a lot, and is that if you cut your fringe and you do it right, if you don't style your hair the right way, you might think that you messed up cutting it, and the first reaction always is grabbing the scissors and cutting more. Stop, do not do that. Start slowly. Really try to style your hair before cutting more, because a lot of times people messed up just because they're trying to fix that, and the problem is on how they are styling their hair and not when they cut it. So just easy with the scissors. Don't go in there immediately. The learning process, right? Before you get bangs, you should know that, I don't know if I need to say this nowadays, but I'm still going to say it. Dry shampoo, it's your best friend. This is my favorite, but get the brand that you like. It doesn't matter. Just have a dry shampoo. It's going to be your best friend. And something you should really know before cutting your own bangs or going to a salon and getting bangs is that if you cut them the right way, even if you messed up and you cut too much and they're too short, or if the hairdresser cut too much and it's not what you wanted, it's not the end of life. The hair is going to grow, and the fringe grows very, very quickly. So just bear those 2 weeks until your hair grows a little bit, and they might look amazing and you might fall in love with them. It's not the end of the world. If after this video you already decided that you want to go for it, then I'm going to link you the tutorial where I teach you how I cut my own bangs. Leave me in the comments if you think there's anything else you think someone should know before getting bangs. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah! Ciao, Lin!